Hey everyone, welcome to Encore, and today I'm going to show you guys who are just now starting with makeup on how to use a shader brush. So keep watching. Hey everyone, it's Corin, and you're watching Encore Makeup. Blend, blend, blend.
Hi, Corin. Stop using my lipstick.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So many of you guys out there are just starting out with makeup, and I constantly get messages as to if there's one brush that would be your first eyeshadow brush, what would it be? And there are two brushes that I actually recommend, and one of them is a standard universal shader brush, and it's a flat brush, much like this. And this is actually from MAC. It's the MAC 239. Okay, so it's a flat shader brush. It's oval shape, and it's also commonly referred to as an oval shader brush, okay, or an oval fluff brush. All right, and this one again is the MAC 239. There are other brands as well, but they all share the same exact shape of bristles. So all these are shader brushes or shader brush styles. You can do the Low Cornell. I featured this one before. It's called the Maxine's Mop, and this is actually the 3/8. Okay, so here's another one, different color bristle, but it's the same shape. And this is the pink brush from Coastal Scents. There's also the C417 from Crown Brush. Okay, this is new, C417, and it says Chubby Shadow Brush. Okay, and then also from Coastal Scents is the 208, the C208. Alright, and this is the Chisel Deluxe Fluff Brush. Alright, so they might have different names, but they all share the same characteristics. It's the same basic universal shader brush. Okay, and as always, every time I do an eye makeup video, I always recommend using a primer. For this video, I'm using one of my newest favorite eyeshadow primers, Stay Don't Stray, and this is from Benefit Cosmetics. And I'm just going to apply this right into my main lid. And I'm going to make sure that it covers the whole lid all the way to the brow bone. I'm also going to apply this to the under eye. Now, Stay Don't Stray is actually a 360, which means you can apply it around the eye area. And this is also great for those of you guys who conceal under eye area, if you have darkening or whatnot, because it's going to prime that area and it's going to make your concealer last longer. That's what I'm going to use. Alright, and then I'm going to ready to demonstrate to you guys how to use the universal shader brush. So I'm going to use my sugar pill, and this is Buttercup Cake, which is a bright yellow. And the first thing that I usually tell clients or students on how to use a universal flat brush is to make sure that you are working the product right into the bristle. So don't brush it, okay? Because that's going to allow loose powders just sitting on top of the bristles instead of adhering into the bristles. Okay, so you want to work the product into the bristle. Whether you're working with loose powder or pressed, much like this, make sure to work it into the bristle. And the first thing that you use a flat shader brush for is to press the product right into the skin. Now, you're not going to be able to achieve this using a fluffy brush, okay, because fluffy brush are not dense enough to give a fight, so that way the powder really adheres to the skin. And that's one thing about a universal shader brush, is that it's giving you that density so that you can press the shadow right into the skin. Okay, so press it first and then blend later. Okay, so place your colors first and then do the blending later. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my second color, but before I do that, I'm going to make sure to wipe the brush so that it gets rid of most of the first color that we use, which is yellow. Okay, you can also use a little bit of brush cleaner, but that's going to make your brush wet, and you're going to have to wait until your brush dries, so that way it doesn't cross the color, not cross contaminate, but just mix the color. So for my crease, I'm going to use a purple color from Sugarpill, and this is called Poison Plum. Alright, but this time I'm not going to use the whole length of the brush. As you can see, it's just concentrated on the tips of the brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the crease line using a dabbing motion, because again, we want to press that right into the skin. Okay, because we're going to blend that out later. Alright, so place the color first. Again, I'm just going to apply it right on the tip of the brush, and I'm also going to connect that right into the lash line. Okay, just like so. Okay, next I'm going to wipe the brush again just to get rid of most of the leftover powder, purple powder, so you can see. Alright, and what I'm going to do now is just softening that line using the tips of the brush. Very, very gently. Don't be heavy-handed on this, because that's just going to basically pick up the powder again that's already deposited onto your skin. So you want a really, really light hand when you're doing this. And we're just going to soften the edges and bring that up towards the brow bone. Okay, and the only difference with the other brushes is that's going to give you a little bit more precision in the application. Okay, so that's why you get blender brushes or crease brushes, or just like a flat shader brush, things like that. It's going to give you precision application, and it's going to cut your application time much less if you have other brushes that's designed for these purposes. But because I'm demonstrating how you can apply a full eye look using just one brush, for this instance we're using a universal flat shader brush. I'm just going to use this. Alright, so once that's soft enough, I'm going to go back to our purple, Poison Plum, and again I'm going to dab the color, working it just on the tip. Again, it's very important that you work the powder into the bristle and don't sweep it, don't swipe it, okay, like most people do. It's best to work the powder right into the bristle, and you're going to also get less fall-offs that way. I'm going to outline once again. Alright, now this is going to create dimension because now we are contouring. Alright, so I'm just going to trace that right into the crease line once again, and right on the outer. Okay, and then this time I'm just going to brush it up to make sure that it gradually transitions to the softer part of the purple. Okay, next I'm using a brown color. Again, I'm concentrating just on the tip of the brush, and I'm actually just going to fill my brows with this. And it's going to give you a nice softer application to the brows. And if you want a little bit more definition to the brows, again, if you're looking for precision, then you're going to want to use a brow brush, like an angled brush that's a little bit more designed for sculpting and shaping brows. There you go. Alright, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of a highlighter. Now to highlight, I'm covering about half of the brush with my highlighter color, and I'm going to apply that right underneath the brow bone, or the brows, actually the brow hair, and then blend that down towards the brow bone. Okay, and to create a little bit of a smoky liner, I'm going to spray my brush with a misting spray, and this is just charged water. Alright, and then I'm going to press the tip. Make sure you have clean fingers until you get a nice flat point to the brush. Okay, you're going to want that to be a little moist. Alright, so that way the color is going to disperse onto the skin better. So it's basically like foiling. There you go. Alright, and then what I usually do is I kind of squeeze the bristles a little bit. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace the upper lash line. Just like so, just like lining. Okay, and then I'm just going to clean and smooth that out. Okay, next I'm going to work on my lower lash line. Again, I'm going to use my damp brush. I'm going to press the bristles so that it narrows a little bit. I'm going to go back to my purple color. Again, concentrating just on the tip. And I'm going to trace the lower lash line. Again, with dabbing motion to place the color and then blend. For the inner corner, I'm applying the same color I used as a highlighter, and I'm just going to apply that around the tear duct area and about 2/3 out to meet the purple. And that pretty much completes that eye look using just one brush. So all you need to do is curl your lashes and apply mascara. And for a dramatic look, you can waterline. And that completes a simple eye look using just one brush. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully this helps a lot of you guys who are just now starting with makeup. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!